All right. It is time for one of my all-time favorite things to do, and that is preparing for pre-release. Now, if you've got caught up on spoilers and you have watched maybe the pre-release that Loading Ready Run did, and you've listened to all the vlogs and podcasts about the new set, and you're thinking, what else can I do? I've got something that I consider one of the most important, one of the highest value uses of your time when preparing for pre-release, and I'm going to show you that in just 1 second. The reality of preparing for pre-release is simple. It's not all of us have unlimited time to prepare. And so usually I check out the spoilers on like Mythic Spoiler or something like that. I try to listen to a podcast if I can, but even that is getting hard to do these days. And so I find myself sneaking away to some of these pre-release deck simulator tools out there on the internet. Now, I don't have a particular one that I like the best or one that pays me. And so I'm going to show you two that I think have their own individual pros and cons. And then we're going to generate a couple of seal pools and talk about a little bit about what we see. So let's get into the first tool, one that you've seen me use many times, the mtgen.net. Here you can pick whatever you'd like. And in this case, we're going to pick a pre-release kit, which comes with 1 pre-release pack, 4 Aether Revolt boosters, and 2 Kaladesh. So let's generate the first set. Hopefully it doesn't crash, as it looks like it maybe has. Okay, well, everything I said was still stands, and so let's generate our set. There we go. What's cool about this particular tool is that it actually kind of parses out everything that you get in the pre-release pack too, so that's kind of fun. You get your Renegade sticker. The pre-release box looks exactly like Kaladesh did. You see the red spin down, and our promo happens to be Heroic Intervention. Permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible till end of turn. Seems pretty solid. Then you can kind of scroll down, and I like to kind of play it like I'm opening the pack. So we kind of scroll down, we check out all of our commons, our uncommons, and we see our first rare is Battle at the Bridge. X and a black with improvise, meaning your artifacts can help you cast this. Each artifact you tap after you're done, activating mana pays 1. So it's like Convoke, really. Target creature gets -X until end of turn. You gain X life. So very powerful removal spell. And it's strong enough to get around any regeneration spells as well. This is a very strong removal spell, I think, even though it's sorcery speed. Destroy target creature or vehicle, and it's at common. I try to always note the best removal and build, just keep that kind of thing. The common, oh boy, we hit a Planeswalker. Nice. A Johnny Unyielding. We'll look at another Aether Revolt pack here. And, ooh, all right. We've got the Rishkar Pima Renegade. A 2/2 for 3. When it enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Each creature you control with the counter on has tap to add 1 green mana. So ramp, puts counters on. Very strong card. Here we are. Last Aether Revolt pack. I'm seeing like Prey Upon, very nice. We have a Metallic Mimic. We'll go into any deck. Now we see our Kaladesh booster. You know, I'm seeing a Planeswalker, and so I'm like, okay, well, you definitely want to try to play your Planeswalkers. Visionary Augmenter is pretty solid uncommon. Then we have Botanical Sanctum. So if we wanted to go 3 colors, maybe that's something we want to do. And we have Let's see. In this pack, our last rare, another rare land. So we could play it Naya or something. But let's generate another one. And so you can also, by the way, export your deck here. You can do some building of your own, which is kind of nice. You could sort by rarity and all these sorts of things. But let's do one more. Oh, okay. So we got Lifecrafter's Bestiary, the Black Spin Down. In our first pack, we have Secret Salvage. I'm going to show you another tool, too, that I think does a little bit better job building in the ability to build your deck. We have Barl's Expertise. It's very strong. Return up to 3 target artifacts and or creatures to their owner's hands. You may cast a card with converted mana cost 4 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. Very interesting, kind of cutesy card, but not a bad tempo card, even though it's 5. Ooh, boy. Here we have Peace Walker Colossus, 3 mana, 6/6. Seems pretty good with crew 4. But for 1 and a white, another target vehicle you control becomes an artifact creature until end of turn, and that's pumpable. So if you play that in any deck with white, this card is very strong in a vehicle deck. A lot of these cards are, I'm seeing them for the first time, too. Call for Unity, 5 mana with Revolt. Creatures you control get +1/+1 for each Unity counter on call of the Unity. Gross. At the beginning of your end step, if a permanent you control left the battlefield this turn, put a Unity counter on call of the Unity. Here we're into the Kaladesh packs. Aether Squall Ancient, very strong. And Depala. This pool seems a little all over the place. But one of the most important things is just generating. I'm going to try to generate 100 seal pools this week. Just getting an idea for looking at the cards, reading the cards. But let's take it another step further. I'll provide a link to this site as well. So if we want to generate a pre-release pack, this is at magicdrafting.com. It puts everything all together, which is fine. It doesn't look as pretty as the other tool, but one thing it does better, I think, is I'll show you here. So we see it all color sorted here. We have our white cards, our blue. Seems a little weak on blue, definitely. We see one Fatal Push, very strong removal spell in black, but black seems pretty weak. Red seems pretty strong. We have Indomitable Creativity, Fateful Showdown. We have 3 red rares. Pretty strong. And then we have a green Mythic, Aether Wind Basher. Red-green seems okay so far. Maybe not. But what this tool lets us do is we get to build the deck. So you can take a minute, and you can also save your pool and come back later. But let's say I wanted to play, just kind of looking at it, red-green. Okay, so we can play Indomitable Creativity, Faithful Showdown, Brazen Scourge, Precise Strike seems okay, 1/0, and First Strike, I don't know, we'll see. And then you maybe add a couple Arborback Stompers. These all seem very good. Prey Upon's playable, Rip Tiger. You know, maybe you play Prophetic Prism, either way. But now you see your deck list down here. And not only that, but you see your mana curve, so you can practice kind of building a good mana curve. You don't really want to play a lot of 1-drops in sealed. You kind of want to be a little on the higher end of the curve because games tend to go long. But you can also generate sample hands once you build your deck. It also lets you... so here's a sample hand. I haven't added any land, but there's only 14 cards in my deck right now. You can also download this deck, which is kind of cool. And you can look at these spam ads everywhere on this site. Be careful. But you can then show basic lands. So now I can go and add 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe I want to play my land like that. Either way, you get the idea. So now when you generate a sample hand, you should have some, some actual cards to play. So this will give you a good idea of how your sealed pools will actually generate. I hope that this video was, I mean, really the idea here is if you're worried about not knowing every single card or what the best decks are, it's always a good idea to do some dry runs with these sealed pool generators. I think it will make you a lot more comfortable around what cards you use when you get your pool together. You'll be used to pairing certain cards together. I mean, not everyone's going to be able to do 100 of these either, but you could do like 10 or 20 the night before the pre-release when you're chilling, waiting around. And I don't know, have some fun with it. Export it. Let me know what you guys think of these tools, or if there's other tools that you like to use. I'll leave links in the description below to the two that I used. Love to hear about what kind of pools you're generating and what kind of archetypes you're looking for at your Aether Revolt pre-release coming up this week. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll talk to you again real soon.